Welcome to the Daily Dose. My name's JD. I'm one of the pastors here at our Vista campus, and since summer is here, we're looking forward to fall. I'm going to bet a number of you, like me, are thinking about football. We're excited about football. We're wondering what the football season looks like, and I remember a favorite memory at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where my sons and I are sitting in the section right above the tunnel where the players run out. And when the players run out onto the field, the place just erupts. I mean, it's like, yeah, they're wearing my jersey. They're playing for my team. Talk about excitement. And if that wasn't enough, when the players wearing your jersey actually do what they're paid to do and they cross the end zone, the place goes nuts 2 times more. Man, it's so fun. I got to relate that to something that happens here at North Coast Church. Every couple months here at the Vista campus, when our doors are open, we celebrate baptisms in the Edge. And my buddy Russ, who happens to look like a linebacker, is on stage leading worship. And you've got a crowd full of people in a darkened room. And there's some dude in the front who's worshiping with his hands on. And there's another one in the back who's got his arms crossed and he's thinking about it. And I wonder if he's the better worshiper because his heart's engaged. We don't know. God looks at that. And then out from the side walks someone to the baptismal tank that's right in the middle. And they get into the water. And as the pastor, you get the privilege of asking them the question, have you given Jesus that steering wheel of your life? And they say yes. And do you commit to following him all your days? And they say yes. And you baptize them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And sometimes as they're going under, you're saying, buried in the likeness of his death and raised in the likeness of his resurrection. And I wish you could be there, because the moment they come up out of the water, that room just goes nuts. It erupts with applause. The dude in front who's got his hands up is just cheering. The person in the back's doing the Rudy clap. And it is an amazing celebration because they're wearing the jersey. We're remembering, they're identifying with the fact that they're part of the family. And on a deeper, more real level, we're celebrating the fact that their old self has died, has gone under the water and died with Christ, and their new self is empowered to live the Christian life because of the Holy Spirit, which they have, and we celebrate this. And this is why in this series, what's the church? Who are we together? It kind of starts with that celebration when you come into the family. And in Colossians 3, Paul writes about it. He simply says this, "Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your mind on things above, not on earthly things, for you died and your life is now hidden with Christ who is God." He's talking about baptism, the reality of it. You're a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. You've certainly got the resources now to live the life that God has in mind for you to live. But being a part of the church means we do something with that. It's far more than wearing the jersey. Those players, if all they do is look the part, that's not what any coach or fan had in mind. It means they play differently. They play by a new book, and so do we. So Paul goes on to say, here's what that looks like, church. If you're going to be a part of this family, he says this, "Therefore, because of the truth of what we celebrated in baptism, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved," he says, "clothe yourself with compassion and kindness and humility and gentleness and patience." Do you hear these words? They all have to do with our relationship with others. So putting the jersey that says Jesus on and coming out of the tunnel is all about how we play. And most importantly, how we relate to others. I love one translation of the Bible. Instead of saying treat each other with compassion, they use the word tender mercies. That tenderness means you're sensitive, you're easily affected, and that word mercy is you give something that's not deserved. So in a season where we're probably being triggered, in a season where we might not be tender, where we might want thicker skin, saying be tender and show mercy even when it's not deserved. Show kindness, church. I want someone else's good as much as I want my own. This word humility, which might be the parent word of both gentleness and patience. This is what it looks like to come out of the tunnel and play the Christian life. I pray that there's an applause in heaven that is paled by comparison. That as we live these Christian lives, that whoever is in that audience is saying, yeah, you're doing it. So let's live that life together and be the church.